What is a testamentary trust? Many times we've heard the terms testamentary trust, but what is it? Well, trust can be created either during or after your lifetime. Trusts that are created after your lifetime are called testamentary trusts because they're established in your last will and testament. The trust is described in the will, and all the terms are found in the will. In other situations, a testamentary trust can sometimes be created by referring to another document that actually creates the trust. Like living trusts, testamentary trusts are overseen by a trustee and have specified beneficiaries. The trustee is bound by the terms of the trust and will distribute funds and assets according to your specific instructions. This type of trust is often used by someone who's expecting a large life insurance payment, for example, or for those who have minor or disabled children. If you want to know more about what you have or some of the advantages and disadvantages, listen up. Advantages to a testamentary trust. Again, this type of trust is often used in estate planning because of some of the really good points. Like number one, control over funding. One of the major reasons people like to use testamentary trust is because they want more control over how their loved ones will use the inheritance. For example, if you have a child that has poor spending habits, you can use the trust as a way to ensure that he or she will not squander their inheritance. In the case of a disabled child, a testamentary trust allows you to provide financial security for your child with someone else who can trust and make sure they can manage those funds. Number two, tax advantages. In some cases, a testamentary trust can allow you to avoid estate taxes. It can also have certain tax benefits for beneficiaries as well. Number three, simplicity. A testamentary trust is relatively easy to do. It can be part of your will, so it's easy to incorporate the trust into it while you're creating the will or as a later addition. Extra costs and fees are then often taken out of the trust itself, so there is little upfront cost. One of the most beneficial aspects of a testamentary trust is that it can be completely tailored to your needs. It's really flexible and can be simple or complex as much as you want. It fits well with the unique needs of those who have special needs children. Downsides of the testamentary trust? Well, there are some downsides of a testamentary trust, and so here are a few that I want you to be aware of. Number one, costs related to maintenance. Although you will not pay a majority of the costs up front, there are costs that you will need to consider for the sake of the beneficiaries and the trustee. For example, the trustee may be required to regularly report the trust and its assets in court and make regular reportings to them. Legal fees for maintenance are also a factor that you might have to consider depending on the complexity of the trust. Number two, problems with trustees. In a testamentary trust, the designated trustee does have the option to turn down the role. That can mean that the probate court will name someone else to be the trustee. The trustee could end up being a complete stranger in some cases. It's really important to discuss your plans with your prospective trustee to avoid this type of situation. There may be other drawbacks to a testamentary trust that vary depending on your particular situation as well. So, if you need more information to see whether this is right for your family, please call the number below, and we'd be so happy to talk to you and your family and find out if this is the right tool for you.